Well. Welcome back. Talk and Dribble episode 20. Another footy ep for you guys. What a weekend of footy. Happy to be a Dogs fan right now. How you going, Jakey?
Oh, very good. Always good after a Doggies win, aren't we? It just, especially when on a Friday night, just makes the entire weekend feel pretty good.
It really does. You watch the footy shows, you watch all, like the footy you can watch because you know your team's won.
You're just tuning in. It doesn't matter anymore. Everything's just good. Yeah. Even if like all your tips that go wrong, all your bets don't get up, which literally happens to me, it's just good. Pups got up, so it doesn't matter anymore.
And it's good. We don't get too many Friday night games, so it's nice knowing that you've ticked that game off. You don't have to worry about your team being shithouse for that week. And then we're in a better mood for the rest of the week as well.
100%.
I don't know why we let these 24 blokes determine our mood for the whole week. But
they really do. They really do. It 100%. If like last week, losing to Collingwood felt pretty flat all week. I'm buzzing now. I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world right now until we have to wait till Sunday. So that's going to be fun. It's a long wait for the Pups game on Sunday, but you know what? We don't worry about that. Not right now. The Pups got up.
The Pups got up. So should we dive into the actual round of footy?
Yeah. Let's get in.
So we'll go back to Thursday night. Port v Dons. So we watched the whole game. It was a bit of a stinker, wasn't it?
That's probably going to be the worst game of the season. That was such a tough one.
We actually said in the middle of the game, we're like, I don't think either team deserves 4 points right now. I think they should just draw the line in the sand.
Draw the line.
Give them 2 points each, go home.
100%.
Yeah.
Neither team's making finals. Let's just leave it.
I think fans watching that, like Dons fans, Port fans, they had to be watching that and think, look, we're probably not seeing any September football.
Yeah, no, it was just abysmal stuff. Like, it was a good comeback. The last quarter was pretty exciting to a point. Like, you know, the Dons made a good fight back and stuff. Port looked shit.
Yeah.
Port looked shit. You know who else looked shit? Jason Horne-Francis looked shit. He was like my smoky pick for All-Australian this year. He has been very, very average.
Yeah, wasn't great. He's had a flat start to the year. He's just not getting much of the ball. And I thought for sure with Butters being out, he'd be getting around it. But Dons got up 72 to 60, 4 goals to 1 in the fourth quarter. So they closed the game out well. But definitely was just a stinky game.
It was a stinky game until, you know, the new Sard has arrived.
Yeah.
Has arrived, just set the tone nice and early, brought a bit of excitement to the game. And that was about it. He just said, bro, he's already got like more career bounces than half the league by the looks of it. It was crazy. But I don't know. Durham had an elite second half as well, real good in that last quarter. He was massive. You're talking about a midfield with Rosie and Horne-Francis in there. And he really, even with Merritt and stuff, Durham really kind of stood out in that last little bit there. So, some good signs for Dons, I think. But
a few of the younger players,
pretty average.
Like Dersma had a good game. He played pretty well. Shear was back in the middle.
That's probably his best game so far. He actually looked all right after we just flamed him last week. Said he could probably get dropped and stuff, and then he pulls up. So that was good. And then some good signs from the young guns. Kako did some nice things. Caddy's doing some nice things. So it's not terrible signs for Dons, but I don't know. Watching that didn't look like it was two finals teams going at it.
No, definitely not. It's I think that's surely the last time Dons get a Thursday night footy game. Yeah. But Port desperately need Zach Butters back, that's for sure. They need that boy back. But
they're pretty average. They're just nothing there is exciting at all. I think they've just lost too much talent there. Just forward of the ball, pretty average. Georgiades got me pronouncing it wrong, but he looked all right, just couldn't kick.
Yep.
He was all over it in the first half, just couldn't.
Oh, I thought they were running away with it there for a second. Yeah. If he could kick.
Could have been game over.
Oh, yes, but give props to Zach Merritt. That man, he's carrying Essendon on his back. Yeah. Like, holy shit. 34 touches again, like, man's just balling out. And
he's a stud. Absolute stud. So, we don't mind it. But, pretty shit game. So, let's not put those two teams on Thursday night footy ever again.
Big snooze fest. So, let's move on to the best game of the round. Best game of the round. Everyone's been talking about it.
Everyone's buzzing.
Dogs v Blues.
I was nervous there for a moment. I'm not going to lie. There was a part of me that was nervous there for a moment. But, and then Sam Davidson happened.
Yeah.
Build the man a statue, bro. Holy shit.
Bro.
That kid.
How good is he? Holy shit.
Bro, like, where's he come from? Out of nowhere.
Fuck this,
just absolute gun. Absolute gun.
He's like a pure wingman. Like, he is. We had Hunter, Lockie Hunter, for a few years there, and he was great on the wing. We haven't really had anyone replace that. Davidson. It's his, third game?
He's
looking
a lot quicker. He's a lot quicker than Hodo. He is a speedy man.
The ball just finds him.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like a magnet towards him.
31 touches. Just picked him up in Supercoach. So he'll probably get like 15 this week and just absolutely be a stinker for me. But, bro, he was gun. Libba, just captain's knock after captain's knock.
I reckon. He just turns up. He wants the ball more than anyone. He just wants it more.
Yeah, they reckon he's leading the Brownlow right now, which I'll be surprised about. Smoky pick. Put the house on it right now. Libba for Brownlow.
30 touches, a goal, 11 tackles. Like, what are we doing?
He's just making stuff happen.
And Sam Kardashian had a rough first half. Give Wiedering that. He was getting into him.
Yep.
Wiedering definitely won the first half battle.
Yep.
But Sam Darcy won the war.
But you know what I loved? You know what I absolutely loved about it? Was that whole first half leading into the second half, no matter what happened, the lads were just getting into Wiedering. They just had my boy Sam Kardashian back.
Yep.
Watching it live was so good. Libba was the first one in there as well. And then Fear the Mere was coming out. Latham just setting the tone. Lost half his jersey. I'm like, bro, the pups are reeling right now. We are. Right. It was just great to see. The lads just had their back. It looks like there's a good culture.
It does. It looks like there's just great vibes around. Like even James Harmers, Matt Kennedy, these two vets from other clubs, they've joined the team and it's just looking like good
Kennedy's
vibes.
A stud.
How good was Matt Kennedy?
I feel like we rave about him every week.
I know,
he deserves it.
He does. He had 10 touches at three-quarter time total, and then 12 disposals in the last quarter. Finished with 22 disposals and 2 goals against his former club. A lot of Blues fans, you could hear him. They're like, "Well, geez, we could have used him."
Literally all night. Yeah, I was set. Literally, we were just surrounded by Blues fans Friday night. It was cooked. Like, bro, you couldn't tell if the pups kicked a goal. Well, you probably could because it was just dead silent. If it was dead silence, then there was a good chance we kicked a goal. There was just no noise coming for the pups at all.
Blues fans rock up, but then they also leave very early.
Look, not sure what the fuck that was. 4 minutes left. They're down by 8 points. I see blue baggers leaving.
That's
holy shit, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then, like 2 minutes left as well. Pretty much it was all cleared out. It's 8 points. As soon as we hit the lead, Norton kicked a goal, some blokes left. And then as soon as O'Donnell got that last one.
Bro, when Norton kicked a goal, we were only up by what, 2, 4?
And then blokes started leaving. I was like, what is going on?
That's a broken club.
They're just heartbroken, you can tell.
Oh.
You can tell. They're just in shambles. Absolute in shambles. Yeah. But Brody Kemp kicked 5 goals.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. I ain't gonna
lie. That was tough. Every time. That was just an arrow to the heart. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yep.
So
I'm pretty sure they only had 3 or 4 goal kickers for the game, I think.
Yeah, well, Curnow, Young, Kemp,
Motlop.
Is that it?
I think that was it. Yeah, there's just not much firepower. There's just not. And our backline held up so well. Roy Lobb, Liam Jones.
Buku.
Buku.
Massive.
This was his coming out game. Bro, dominate. He was just flying everywhere. That spare man that was just reading the play. Oh, his athleticism is crazy.
It really jumps off the charts. And then also, he was actually good with the ball as well. That's been his big struggle. He looked real good with the ball. Oh, our backline looks pretty solid right now. We pushed O'Donnell down forward, which seemed to work. I don't know. I liked it. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
It was, look, we were down most of the game and the resilience of the group showed and God, Carlton close out games well, don't they?
They do. Just ask Vossi himself. They're really good at that. There's no red flags going on at the Baggers right now. They're fine.
Blues fans aren't happy that he was laughing in his press conference. They weren't happy.
It's just no time to make jokes. No. It doesn't help though when at the start before the game starts, he gets asked how are you meant to stop Sam Kardashian? And he said, "Oh, you're asking the wrong man."
Well, look, if you're asking anyone, you probably should ask the coach.
He is the head coach.
He is the head coach.
So
it seems like he's kind of just shifting the responsibility of his job.
If he doesn't have the answers,
who does?
Who's meant to have the answers? I don't know, but they obviously did not.
There's just no meat on the bone with that team.
No.
Just a good spine and that's it.
Drops off very quickly. De Koning's a gun. He's a gun, but just drops off so quickly.
Oh, TDK, he cleaned up Timmy.
Handled him.
Threw him around like a rag doll. Yeah. Timmy, I think he actually won the hit-out count, but
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row he's won the hit-out count.
I've been there.
Just seen him get blown out, absolutely blasted, and somehow he's winning the hit-out count.
Yeah.
But before we touch on the next ones, one bit annoying thing was there's been a few questions around it. and I heard actually Big Ollie on the DDF podcast bring it up, is the sound at Marvel Stadium. And when I heard him bring it up, made my day because I was at the game and realised it. It's so quiet right now. It is so quiet. You can't hear, especially the Doggies one. It was a Carlton home game. Couldn't hear the Doggies theme song coming out. I'm talking absolutely nothing. Could barely hear a thing. And then after we won, it was even more quiet. I could not believe it. I was there with a couple of Dogs fans. We couldn't sing it because we didn't know where it was up to. And then Big Ol kind of mentioned something. Apparently last week, the old Cattery head coach, Chris Scott, was a bit narky about it. Said it was too loud during his Fox interview pre-game and said it was too loud. And then all of a sudden, it's a lot quieter this week. What is that about? The Cattery just pulling the strings.
Oh, they're pulling their own strings because they all work for the AFL.
It's criminal stuff.
They're even running Marvel.
I couldn't believe it, but I'm not going to lie. Carlton was a little louder. I will give them that. That was a little loud. The Dogs were so quiet. And I thought they were just stitching us up because I'm like,
no, but then apparently it's a league-wide thing at Marvel.
So they've got something to look out for there. Chris Scott, poor form.
Be better.
If this is true.
Be better, Chris Scott. Be better, Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, 100%. That's all we can say. Very flattening.
That's a good call by you. Should we move on to Saturday game? So Suns v Demons. So bloodbath at the MCG in front of no one. What did I say? South of 10,000.
I reckon that was close.
I think level 4 was closed. I don't think there was a soul on board. And then level 1, Jesus.
It is so dire. It is extremely dire. And you can't even put that on Gold Coast.
No.
That is a Melbourne team right there in the D's, just getting no one there. Just absolutely no one.
No. But even though no one was there, Matt Rao put on that's as good of a midfield performance as you'll see all year. He dominated 36 touches, looking like a beast.
Yeah.
Noah Anderson
clearances as well for Rao. He was just all over it.
It was not just his inside work, because he's known as an inside mid. It's his explosiveness outside of a stoppage. He's looking like a explosive mid.
And truly back.
Ben King, 4 goals. He's looking solid. Yep. I reckon he's a big Coleman medal with Smokey. Yep. Not gonna be better than Nick Larkey, but he will be a chance.
Josh Tracy.
Took Miller. He was up forward. So they used him a bit up forward and in the mid. So he finished with 3 goals, 23 touches.
Yeah, that's crazy because his most he's kicked in a season is 8.
Yeah.
And he kicked 3 in one game. That's impressive. Yeah, Suns just look good. I've kind of been off them because I'm like, are they really that good? They've won 2 away from home now.
Yeah.
And absolutely blasted them as well. Went to Perth. I know possibly against 2 average teams, we reckon, but still they've had to go there and win. They haven't been doing that the last few years. And they've just absolutely tonked these
The Monkeys definitely off the back with the travel. Like that, they can obviously travel now. They're looking different. They're just they haven't exactly played a great team in Melbourne. Like they played Demons who were just looking shit house, and Track and Oliver. I think that duo's run its course.
Looks like that premiership window for them has officially closed. They're just, I don't know. There's nothing exciting. Christian Salem, he's been half decent last few weeks, but he looks extremely slow right now.
They all do.
There's no explosiveness.
If they don't have the ball, it looks like they're chasing. It looks like they're just 3-4 steps behind every time, and they're not even getting close. Like Clary, he's getting the touches, but his defensive work, Track just looks flat.
Yep.
Even Gorney's not looking great. Think how long he's carried Demons on his back, on and off the field. And this man, he looks like a worn-out individual.
Bit of tension still, maybe, between the old Gorney and Goodwin?
Maybe.
Probably just, you never know.
One positive note for Demons, Harvey Langford. First-year player, got the NAB Rising Star nom, 26 touches and a goal.
Yep.
I reckon it's just almost like you just need to give the young blokes the keys to the midfield almost.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if we're nearing a full reset for the D's soon.
Yeah.
It was crazy because after week 1 against the Giants, I'm like, all right, there's some good signs here. And then they've just absolutely destroyed by North Melbourne and now destroyed by Gold Coast. They've been gifted 3 home games at the G and got blown out in every single one of them.
They've had 3 MCG games. They haven't left Melbourne yet.
You'd think Giants, North, Gold Coast, all at the G. They should be starting probably 2-1.
2-1.
2-1 at the worst, I think.
With a full healthy lineup, apart from Cozzy.
Yep.
It's just that. Cozzy's coming back this week, but their forward line is shit ass.
What's going on with Fritsch?
Can't kick.
If that was against the Puffs, he's slotting 10 of them. He's not missing them. He is not. But he was abysmal.
Yeah.
So he's probably on the out as well. They're just classic Melbourne, just doing Melbourne shit.
Yeah. I'm happy. I hate Melbourne, so
Hate them.
no reason why. Nothing to do with 2021.
We
But
don't even need to bring that up. All right?
Yes.
Don't bring that shit up.
Yeah, that was my bad.
You just ruined my day.
But yeah, Gold Coast, they're looking good. They're gonna have to stack those wins on the board to keep Rowley next year. Dimmer said in the post game interview, they're gonna have to show that they're a successful club. So 100%. Rowley stays. He's met with teams. He's probably going to the Dogs. Probably. We've got a good inside source. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that.
100%.
Saners v Tigs.
Yeah, so the Tigs Cinderella run is officially fucked. They are. It was a 1 week thing. They're cooked. They are no longer.
What was
exciting.
It? It was almost over 100 points, 135 to 53. It was actually close in the first half. And then, yes, it was just all Saners in the second half. It was like 14 goals to 2.
Just got bummed.
Everyone was getting some. Sinclair had 40 touches.
Bro, he had 14 in the first quarter.
Jesus.
Like, we were watching it because one of my mates has him in Supercoach. And he was just like, bro, I think he was his captain as well, maybe. And he just absolutely blew the roof off with him.
Here's a stat for you.
Stud.
Saners had more multiple goal kickers than Carlton had total goal kickers. Yeah. So Owens had 4, Wood had 3, Jack Higgins 3, Collars 2, Sharman 2, Hall 2. That's more multiple goal scorers than Carlton had in the game against the Pups, just goal scorers. Which is, yeah, you couldn't be happy with that. But
that's just classic Carlton.
Yeah, it is. But
no, Saints, hats off to them. Like, they've won back-to-back games now. Beat Geelong, and then, Tigs are probably an easy handle, but it was a good percentage booster for them that they needed to take advantage of, and they've done that. So
That's it. They're 2-1. I still think, I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah, I think everyone's probably going to be overreacting with them. I don't see them as a top 8 team still. But hey, they've won the game they should, and they beat Geelong last week, so they're playing some decent footy. Ross is the boss at the moment. But yeah, you got to be optimistic as a Saints fan.
Yeah.
You've got the war chest sitting there. You've beaten Geelong, you've beaten the Tigs. You're going to give TDK 12 mil next year.
Probably.
Imagine they get LDU as well.
That's the big one. You definitely want LDU.
Something might be coming together for the future for them, but
it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, Tigs, Bookham, Wood and Spoon. I don't see them.
Yeah.
Unless the West Coast just never win a game again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Big story out of this game though was the Ryan Mansell suspension. What is your thoughts on that? Do you reckon he should have got 3?
Oh, I think he should have got suspended, but they've kind of just waited till a bloke who is an absolute real, someone who doesn't have much to do with the AFL. They've just waited for him to do it. And they're like, all right, now we'll give him 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I feel like if this was like a bloke like Connor Rosie does it or Nick Dacos does it, they're letting that shit slide.
Yep.
But it's like this guy, no one really knows his name, small market player on a small market team right now that isn't going to win much. And they're like, yeah, that's where we'll set the tone now. Now you can't do it.
Yeah, it's a bit stiff. It looked like a play where he could have avoided pushing the guy in, pushing the opposition player in. But
I think it was pretty cooked. I don't like it. But then Jinby did the same thing against Layla. That broke his jaw and stuff, and they kind of let that slide. I don't know, because it was preseason or something, maybe. I don't know, but it's not a good act. It doesn't look
you want to get out of the game. It's just it's tough to get 3 weeks for it. That's for sure. But hey, they're challenging it. I don't think he'll get off, but it's a whole process you just can't have to go through. You have to challenge it.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, should we move on to Saturday night games? HOK v Giants.
Good game.
Yeah.
Very windy. Did you see that?
Yeah, big wind game. It kind of just really sets the tone for the game where it's okay, this isn't an actual, you're kind of missing out on the tactics and the actual Hawks v Giants, 2 of the best sides. It's almost okay, this is just purely based on wind. Yep. And it was in the first half. It was, Giants kicked 5 goals 7 in the first quarter to the Hawks 2 behinds.
Yep.
And in the second quarter, it completely flipped. Hawks kicked 6 goals 3. The Giants 2 behinds. So, and then the Hawks actually won the goal count in the third quarter against the wind, 4-2.
That's the moment that cooked the old big sound. But yeah, I don't know. You're still I'm not bored on Hawthorn yet. Still a
Hawthorn hater.
Still not there. The wind helped him. I'm not taking a game like that. It was in Tassie. Not reading too much into it. So all those HOK lovers, come at me. I don't care. I'm not bored on them.
You're
They're
unbelievable.
nothing special.
You're unbelievable. They're
Nothing
looking
special.
for real, bro. They're looking like their forward line. Dylan Moore, just another casual 22 and a goal. Wiz get more of the ball, 21 and a goal. Like they just didn't. They looked out of it, but they're just finding different ways to win. I feel like I've seen 4 completely different ways of winning each week, which is great to say for a team that's actually not playing their best footy and they're 4-0. Like Sam Mitchell says, we've still got so much to get right, and they're 4-0. So
It's gonna come and hit them at some point. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a reverse from last year. They started 0-5. Now they're gonna start 5-0 and just completely fall off the rail.
Bro, they're going to come for you in the comments.
Good on them.
They were even coming for you in the comments on one of our NBA clips. They were like, this guy said Hawks are shit. It's like, bro, comment on another vid.
Does the season go for 4 weeks?
No,
Is it a 4-week season, Ben?
Nothing suggests that they're going to shit the bed.
Jakey suggests that they're going to shit the bed. That's a reliable source that we need to back in.
It's reliable that Hawks shit doesn't stink, and they know it. Like, they're the poos and wees, but they don't smell like poo and wee. They don't.
I reckon they do. I'm telling you, they're not it. They're not it. They're way off it. Oh. I'm not buying in. But you know who let me down this week? Finn Callahan.
Yeah.
Look, he's allowed to have a stinker, but he had a bye last weekend. Comes back, absolutely shits the bed for me, and really let me down. So
Jesse Hogan didn't miss a beat. 4 goals, first game.
Good to see.
He could just win the Coleman again, honestly. Yeah. He's just automatic. His mitts, him and Sam Kardashian-Yama probably have the 2 best mitts in the league.
Yep.
And then he doesn't miss a set shot.
That's where they're so lethal, and that's where they were lethal last year, is they're just so efficient inside 50.
Yep.
So they get it down there, and they're pretty much booked in for a goal.
This was definitely 2 top 4 sides playing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 1 top 4 side playing in the orange team. So,
all right, let's move on. Lions v Cattery. How good are the Lions?
3 games now. They've come back and won.
3. Yep.
3 games they've come back and won. That's huge.
Coming off a flag, it's understandable to, probably have a little grand final hangover, but they're just flying. And they don't look like they're slowing down. Like they have been playing their best footy, but they've come back every game. They're like
that's the sign of a good team.
Shit after a coffee. You know it's coming, you just don't know when.
Yeah, exactly. I actually heard a bloke on DEF podcast say about Brizzy that they're not in a finals hangover. They're on finals kick-ons right now. Oh, that is golden. That is so golden stuff. That's a great shout. And they are. They look top tier right now. That's the thing. So many blokes are like, oh, Hawks the best team in the league right now, or Giants the best team in the league right now. Like, bro, Brizzy won the premiership. And now they're 3-0. They've had 3 comeback wins, which is a sign of a very good team.
I actually wanted to say that. You took my line. I wanted to be like, there's no reason to think that the Lions aren't the best team. They won the grand final.
Be better.
I was going to make this big statement.
Yeah. Well, I just made that big statement.
Well, there's no reason to think that they're not the best team in the league.
No, they haven't given you any reason to.
Because they won, I don't even know how many games they would have won. They obviously won every game in the final series, and then they won their first 3. They're probably on a big win streak. But
like, we've seen them do it. Like, they did it in the finals against GWS as well. They got down huge and then had a massive comeback. Like, you can't count them out at any point. They are a solid team.
Will Ashcroft's looking very good.
33 and a goal for him.
Yeah.
He was pretty elite.
Killing it. Zorko, not looking like slowing down. Dunks. Someone said he's the most underrated player in the league. I'm going to put him on there. I'm going to put Libba.
Just all
Joel Frazier.
Jack
Kennedy. McRae. Matt Kennedy.
They all seem to have something in common there.
Just good players.
Just good players. Football. Just underrated players.
Tell you who's annoying me a bit at the moment. Like, we've actually spoken about him, but Chris Scott. He's just annoying me. I think it's just the arrogance.
Is it because the whole situation with the Cattery right now? Or is he actually annoying you? Do you actually have an issue with him?
I used to like the Cattery. I'm kind of off him.
I'm very far off.
And I'm a bit off him. He's really good. Like, he's very good to listen to. But it's just like, he just speaks like, I don't know, he just thinks he's better than everyone.
A lot of the blokes they had that I liked are kind of gone now. I actually look at the list now, I'm like, there's not much here that I really enjoy, apart from Jez, because you got to love Jez, but I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not the biggest fan of the Cattery right now. I'm finding myself against him most weeks, but it's fair. He does seem to love himself a bit, which is a fair shout.
But this is a rare week where the Cattery are below 500. Like, they're 1 and 2.
They'll bounce back.
Back.
You'd expect them to bounce back, but I'd love to see a down year for the old Cattery.
Oh,
that'd make my
We won't
week.
see it because they're gonna smack the Demons at GMHBA. But
Probably. But hey, we love to see it. Brizzy looking on top. Clearly the best team in the comp still.
Yeah.
100%. Move on to Crom v North.
Crom v North. Crom are here.
Back to reality for North.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to reality. They're going to be better than last year, but I think they're not quite in that finals. They're not at the top 8. They'll be around like the 10 to 14 maybe.
Yeah.
Week to week, they're not going to be that consistent football team that they need to be. Their midfield just doesn't have the impact with the ball like other teams do.
Being disappointed with Sheasel right
Yeah.
now. I don't know, like, I was kind of high on him in preseason. I said, like, there's not much difference between him and Dacos, but you notice Dacos when he's around the ball, where Sheasel, I don't know. I've been let down. Like, I'm super impressed by LDU. He's a bull. And like you said last week, he's got a different gear that he can just get to. So he's an absolute stud.
Yeah, but like you said, Sheasel, Simpkin, like they get the ball. It's just the impact. Like I don't know.
Just
like
get the ball to Larky.
Yeah, get the ball to Larky. Honestly, he's so good. He's so good.
He is.
He's probably another one who's just got
talent.
good mitts, good kick of the ball, smart player. Like that forward line's looking good. Paul Curtis, Cam Zerha. But like the thing is, they're almost like you don't know what you're going to get week to week. So they're so dangerous. They can be looking crazy. Like Crom, there's nothing to suggest that they're not going to be doing that every week. So like for the first 3 weeks, they're looking like the best forward line in the league. That
three-headed snake down forward is just lethal.
Tex, this game, everyone was off him.
I think you were.
Wouldn't be me.
He kicked a goal then you asked for him to get subbed off. So I'm not sure what that was about.
It doesn't sound like
I think he did, what was it? Oh, it's when he dropped the mark. He ran in front of Thilthorpe, dropped the mark, and you're like, oh, sub him off. He's just not up to it anymore.
At that point, Thilthorpe only had a goal and I needed him for 2. So I'm just putting my multi ahead of
the shittest bloke.
Anyway, I've always been riding Tex, favourite player, kicked 4 goals. Thilthorpe, 3 goals. Fogarty kicked 2, and Ben Keys, he is looking elite.
He is so good. He knows where the goals are.
He just does.
Like, oh my God. And he gets his hands on the ball as well, but he just knows where the goals are. He's like one of my favourite non-doggies players right now.
Yeah.
Even when they were shit, he like always kind of seemed to stand out a bit.
Oh, we got
this year.
I don't know if it was equal best and fairest last year, or we got second. He was. I think it actually might have been. He tied with Dawson.
Tied for Dawson to win, and then Saligo was second.
Yeah, Saligo was second. Saligo's looking great.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's huge. Huge for my super coach team as well.
Yep.
Even though I'm 0-3, but he's been huge. It's tough. I've got the most points for, and I'm sitting dead last. Like, what is this? But enough about the super coach.
Rankin, midfielder.
Yep.
30 touches.
Mm-hmm.
Get him in the guts. Just get him in there. He's
a special talent.
Yeah.
He's going to be all Australian for sure. They could be that team this year that has quite a few. Like you're looking at Dawson, Rankin, Thilthorpe probably down forward. Yep, Saligo's a chance. Like they're going to have a few definitely in the squad. Could even make the team.
I reckon Thilthorpe could be a common medal smoky, but it's just Fogarty, Tex. They're probably going to pinch
It's going to be week to week.
Yeah.
Tex and Fogarty will be the ones that like balance out on could kick the most, could kick the least, where Thilthorpe's always just going to be consistent, I reckon. But he's not going to have probably the opportunity to go kick a bag each week.
They just look mean though. They look mean.
Their fans are mean.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Bro, they are ruthless. You can hear them on the TV. Any little sign, it goes out of bounds, they're asking for deliberate. Any little tackle, it's ball. They are ruthless.
Yeah.
Oh, a bloke, our osteo, actually, he told me, he's like, Adelaide, worst fans. He's like been there with the Dogs, and he said worst fans in the entire league. Worse than Port, worse than Collingwood. He said Adelaide fans, just brutal. Just no remorse. Doesn't surprise me. They seemed pretty brutal on the weekend.
So you had the worst 33 touches I've ever seen. Caleb Daniel. He had the most touches on the ground, and usually he's known for his disposal, but so far this year hasn't been great. He's just turning the ball over.
Not sure what's going on with his kick. It's really lost that magic to it.
It seems like he's trying a bit too hard, honestly. Like he's trying to make it harder than it has to be.
Yep.
He just keeps turning it over.
No, 100%. We'll move on to the last game of the round.
Yeah.
Bit of a sting. I think everyone kind of checked out by this time.
Yeah, Weagles v Freo, definitely.
The derby.
We had it on, but to be fair, I was checked out. It gets to that point, and you just kind of...
Two Perth teams as well.
Too much football
on a Sunday.
Yeah. And it was a derby, but it was just like...
Derby, derby?
Yeah.
We don't know. No one knows.
I don't care.
But, still, Freo they're probably not back. But I'm happy to see him get a win. It's good for my top of the spot ladder position. So
You're right an eye on him.
I'm telling you, now I just need Hawk to
Freo are
shit the
good,
bed.
Hawks are shit, apparently.
It is. But Luke Jackson was really good. 17 touches, 35 hit outs, and a goal, I'm pretty sure.
Sarong, that's his 4th BOG in a derby.
Yeah. Yeah, what? 2021, 2022, 24, 25 this year. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah,
impressive.
he just makes Weagles his bitch.
But the highlight of the game by far was the 9-minute mark. Just the Eagles fans rallying around Harley Reid. Anything to keep him around. Yep. Really, just do anything to keep him in Perth. I respect it.
He's just, you can see that he's going to be so good. Like, but he just doesn't, I don't think he actually knows how to pass the ball. Like, he just goes for it. And he's like, sells candy, kicks it from like 55 out when there's like 4 different options. But he's unapologetic about it. He just sends it.
Him.
And
he's just doing him. I love to see it.
It'd be great to watch as a West Coast fan.
Yeah.
It's just, I think he's going to be gone.
There's just so much going on with him. Just they need to just go to him, just be like, just play your game. Just do what you do. Everything else will come. They're not a contender right now, so their main priority is get as much out of him as possible.
Not a vibe down for the Weagles though. Like, I think Oscar Allen, their skipper, didn't have a touch. Didn't have a touch until 3/4 time.
Is he? But he's not their skipper anymore.
Oh, isn't he?
Jack Graham. Not Jack Graham. Liam Duggan.
Are they
Jack Graham. No, I think isn't it just Duggan? I thought
that was co-skippers.
Oscar Allen called it because he's probably going to leave.
Oh, I don't know. He was their captain at least. Right. He's one of the leaders, and they were like, "You're our full forward, but we'll chuck you in the full back just so you can get a touch." That's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He'll be at the HOK next year probably. There's talks. Sam Mitchell's already making plans happen. He's probably talking to Harley Reid right now as well.
Yeah, there is reports Sammy met with Oscar Allen after that game. Like, geez, they're just active, aren't they, Sammy?
Just poaching. They're going to be the new cattery.
They really
Watch them
are.
just do some illegal stuff.
But
probably how they're winning.
Freo looking good. 1 and 2. Like, they just needed that game. Yep. They're going to be disappointed when they come up against the old pups this week.
Old puppy dogs.
Old pups will storm into Freo.
Just take charge.
And just humble them.
I'm only concerned because we're right in their slot. Yeah. A little Sunday night, little Sunday Arvo slot for them. That's just prime Freo.
I'll be all footied out by then, and then I'll have to actually be shitty for 3 hours.
Just lock in.
I noticed that. When I watch Doggies games, I'm so shitty. It's so bad. Like, I enjoy watching other teams way more because I don't care as much.
That first half of the Dogs game, like we were there with a few mates and stuff. I don't think I chatted to anyone in that first half. I was so down in the dumps, and then as soon as we took the lead and then O'Donnell kicked a goal, you've never seen me so happy. Then I'm chatting to everyone. Yeah, I'm giving Baggers fans the best bloke ever. Literally, the best bloke ever. It's crazy.
How was the beer actually at Marvel? Was it expired?
Not expired. Okay. Expensive.
Yeah.
Watered down. Extremely watered down. I don't even think you're drinking beer at that point.
Oh, it's watered down Northern Super Crisp.
Super Crisp.
That's like 0.5 of a standard.
Yeah. So it's not great. It's not great. But it was all out of there was no cans, so I couldn't see if it was expired or not. But that's all right.
Anyway,
move on.
Actually, one last thing about this round. So Swans had a bye, right? Sydney Swans had a bye, but Sydney Sweeney did not have a bye. Called off the wedding and then's been spotted with Glenn Powell.
What are we doing? This is a footy show, Ben.
Oh, wrong. Fuck. Wrong podcast. Bro, I'm just saying. Thought I'd throw that out there. It was need to be said.
100%.
Need to be addressed.
I would not want to see her DMs right now. They would be
all
crazy.
the Swans boys would be sliding in.
Chad Warner is spitting some game right now.
Okay, should we move on to the Better Brownlow? Better Brownlow?
I think so. Yeah, Better Brownlow.
Right. So top 5 players for the round, as you guys know. I'll start with the 1 vote.
Yeah.
Zachy Merritt.
Yeah.
As we said, carrying the Dons on his back. Definitely, earns him the 1 vote. He was BOG for that game, for sure. He'd get the 3 votes.
Yeah, love it. With the 2 votes was Luke Jackson, as we mentioned before. 17 touches, 35 hit-outs and a goal. Just was everywhere, set the tone for Freo. Big part. 3 votes, featuring again Tom Liberatore. Just walks on, wakes up, gets BOG. He's just him. Just wakes up in the morning and shit's excellence, really.
He does.
Coming in at number 4, Jack Sinclair, 40 touches, just set the tone for Sainties. Just absolutely demolished the floor with the Tigers. So well deserved. He's a gun. He's probably their best player right now.
Bloody yes. And 5 votes, Matt Rao. Matt Rao, 2026 doggies best and fairest, looking good in 2025. So, that's bad.
Oh, he cooked me in Supercoach, so thank you for that, Matthew. But I love that list. Yeah, nice. Rao and Sinclair, the only two to get 10 coaches votes this week as well. So well deserved. But I think they'll be really happy with finding themselves at the top of the better Brownlow this week.
It's the better Brownlow. Next award, Elly Kunderwood Award.
This is the big award, isn't it? This is what everyone's waiting for. We had a few send us through, some in, so it's good to see. Yep. But it's a big award. So we'll start us off just with the one vote. Did you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go.
I'll start us off. It's found itself on here, and it could find itself again if it keeps it up. The AFL review system was pretty abysmal this week.
Yep. So this was 2 instances.
Yeah, 2 instances. So we found ourselves first one, Friday night, doggies. Kick a goal. Who was it? Who kicked our goal? Can't remember. Sam Kadasanyama.
Yeah, kicked Sam Kadasanyama.
Nothing to show that ball was touched.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Takes them about 10 minutes to figure it out. And then all of a sudden they give it a behind. We're watching it on the big screen. Like, what are we doing? And all the lads seemed to go back as well thinking it was a behind.
Yeah, so I think that's what it was. It was almost like the bias on the field because everyone thought it was touched. So even Sam Darcy thought it was touched. Yeah. They were all lining up to be get ready for the kick in. And then you were seeing on the screen there was nothing to suggest that it was. Show. Yeah.
Like they called it a goal on the field. So there was no finger movement or anything. Yep. Couldn't believe it. They somehow overturned it. Luckily it didn't matter in the end. Yep. Would have seen a very narky Jakey if they had. And then the second one as well was Fogarty's. Just smacked into the post. Yeah. Absolutely smacked into the post and they gave it a goal at first.
Full just fucked the post with the ball.
I couldn't believe it.
The umpire was like, that's a goal.
He's like, I think that's a goal.
And then they reviewed it and they're like, fair to say.
Bit of deviation.
Not. So really, that's actually not on the review system. That's on the goal umpire.
Yeah, but still, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do.
They go hand in hand.
They're a team.
They're a team
and they get
that's not very teamly right now. So that's why they find themselves with the one vote this week.
2 votes in the Elly Kunderwood Award. Adelaide game again. Riley O'Brien. Stepping up, sticking up for his teammate, then gets fucking manhandled.
Absolutely bitched by Cherry.
Bitched by Cherry. So he was just like, someone got pushed down and then big Riley O'Brien was stepping up, being like, mate, I'm going to step up for my team and bump you. He had the front foot as well. Cherry just sees him and just bumps him. Riley O'Brien gets sent flying.
Could not believe it. He just sat him on his ass.
Can't knock his effort, can't knock his heart, but you can knock the result.
Exactly.
And
it was a bad week for the old Riley O'Brien. I'd love to see a matchup of Cherry v. Lloyd Beak. Yeah. I want to see that because they both look like they could just go through the league by themselves. Yeah. So, that's why Riley finds himself at number 2. Love that. And then number 3, this one came across my TikTok a few days ago and it actually caught me off guard because it wasn't just the clip that we watched, but it was who posted it.
Right.
So there was a LeBron James song edit of Nick Dacos. So Nick Dacos and the Pies. And I'm like, oh, you know what? It's a Pies fan posting it. It's like, that's fair enough. You know, why not? It was the official AFL TikTok account that posted this. And this is after a week that they were pretty much handed a game of footy. And then we're talking about a LeBron James song edit of the Collingwood Magpies and Nick Dacos as LeBron.
Oh, that makes me so mad. That makes my blood boil.
I was watching it and it actually took me a few looks. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this is the AFL TikTok posting this right now. And I had to show you. I was like, Benj, look at this. And you're like, nah, surely it's not the AFL. We click on it.
AFL. That'll find you on getting the 3 votes to the Elly Kunderwood. That just shows the bias. It shows that Nick Dacos is the AFL love child and they'll do anything to get this man.
They're obsessed with him.
They had a buy and I'm convinced though he'll get 3 votes this week.
They'll find a way.
In a game.
Yeah, they'll just plug him in. They'll think no one will notice, but we will. So, that's why they find themselves at number 3, just abysmal form by the AFL. They have to be better because right now they are currently on AFL Elly Kunderwood watch. And you don't want to be on there.
You don't.
You definitely don't.
All right, well, that's Elly Kunderwood. Should we fly through our round 4 tips for the week? So I got 6 out of 8 for round 3. I'm like, not looking good.
I was 6 out of 8 as well.
Yeah, but everyone seems to be doing better.
This HOK cost me. And who was the other one? Oh, Melbourne. Tips Melbourne. Just bad call.
All right, so round 4, Pies v Blues, Thursday night. Pies 12.5 point favourites. This is going to be a sellout. I reckon I'm taking the Pies.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Pies as well. I'd like to see the Baggers get up just for Goz's sake. The bloke's going through it. But I think the Pies are getting up. Baggers going 0-4. Yeah.
Would be massive if the Baggers do get up. Big tone setter, but no, I think the Pies. Cats v Demons. Cats 28.5 point favourites.
Cattery just smashing that. Probably smashing that line as well on 28.5. I think could be a bloodbath again.
Oh, there won't be a Demon fan inside to see it anyway. They don't travel well at home. Think how they'll be going to GMHBA. So I got Crom in a pretty easy one.
Yeah, I like that.
Suns v Crom. Suns 4.5 point favourites. This is at People First Stadium. I've got the Suns taking it out against the Crom actually.
See, I think this is reality check for the Suns here. Jeez. Even though it's like they're really good at home and stuff, I'm backing in the Crom. I think they are the real deal this year. So even though it's in Gold Coast, backing in the Crom to set the tone nice and early and take charge.
All right. That's our first disagreement. Tigs v Lions. Lions 45.5 point favourites. I reckon you could double it.
I feel like that's disrespectful. 48.5?
45.5.
45.5, bro. That should be over 100.
Yep.
Lions by so many points.
But the thing is, they're not actually scoring the ball too well, Lions, so that's probably why. But
this will get them going. This is a game to kind of get you back on track.
This will be a dismantling of Oz kickers.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that. Swans v Roos. Swans 11.5 point favourites. At Marvel.
This is a tough one because both of them, there's huge question marks over. I think I'm taking the Kangas.
Yep.
Swans don't really get me going right now. I think the Kangas could get it going at Marvel. Hopefully get a bit of a crowd there. Swans could bounce back. I'm not too sure, but I don't actually rate them too much right now.
No, I feel like the Swans have found their mojo, getting that dub before the bye. Don't know who the hell is going to stop North's forward line if they're kicking, if McCartan's in the back line. But I've got a feeling about the Swans. I reckon they're going to win. Got the Swans.
Nah, Lucky's kicking 5. Book it.
Okay.
Book it. Right. That's good for you.
Yeah, that's great. Giants v Wet Toast.
Yeah.
Giants 56.5 point favourites at NG Stadium.
See another one. Chuck that up to 100 plus. We know the Giants just can put points on the board quickly. Give me them and give me Callahan for like 100 disposals. Just as many as you can get.
Over. I'm going.
Might chuck him as my captain.
Oh,
Could be a good week for that. But Giants by many points.
I'm with that. Ports v Saints. Port 11.5 point favourites at Adelaide Oval.
This is a tough one. I think I'm taking Port.
Yep.
Because it's at Adelaide Oval.
Yep.
If this was in Melbourne, I'd be booking the Saints straight away. I don't rate either of them too much. Obviously, Saints look a bit better, but I think I'm going to take Port. Yeah, in Adelaide. Yeah.
I'll take Port as well. I actually thought you were going to go Saints, but I reckon Port, I don't know where their points are going to come from. Mitch Georgiades.
There we go.
That's probably about it. Willie Rioli, but he seems to be playing in the midfield. But I think, I reckon Saints are going to be humbled. Yep. Ross will not be the boss this week.
It's going to rely on the midfield big time, which you'd kind of give to the Saints right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be big for that, but I think surely Port can do something special.
Ken will make it work.
Yeah.
100%. Last game, big game. Dogs v Freo. Freo, 7.5 point favourites. A bit disrespectful.
Just disrespectful at this point. Do they not know the Lord and Saviour Sam Davidson or Tom Liberatore or the man of the hour, Sam Kadasanyama?
They obviously don't. They obviously never heard. Like Freo, look, they've got good players. They've got Sarong, Brayshaw, Jackson, Tracy, Amos, Ryan.
Good on them.
Dogs by 30.
Dogs by many points again. Yeah, the Pups are taking charge at Optus. Push us to 3-1.
Oh.
Look at this. That would be just a beautiful sight to see. If we get to that without Bont and Treloar there right now and Cody.
Yep.
Massive. Massive for the Puppy Dogs.
Freo have a stacked midfield, but they're not getting out of the middle with Libba being a menace.
Libba, Eddie Richards, Matt Kennedy, Joel Fraser in there. Oh, go on.
That will move us to 3-1 if we win that.
That'd be huge.
Maybe the football world will be like, oh, shit. Dogs are a good football team.
Ruff. Yes, sir. That's our preview done.
That's the preview. Well, that's the tipping preview.
Mm-hmm.
Just smash out Big Hat Bet of the Week.
Yep.
And we need to do our top 4 teams as well.
100%. So I'll do a Big Hat Bet of the Week so far. Actually, do you want to start us off? You got the Thursday night game,
I got Thursday night game. So my Big Hat Bet of the Week for Thursday night footy, Carlton v Collingwood. Got Nick Dacos for 25 touches or more. Patrick Cripps for 25 touches or more. Josh Dacos for 20 touches or more. Chera for 20 touches or more. Kerno for 2 or more goals. And Bobby Hill, anytime goal scorer. So
not bad.
Big Hat hasn't got up yet. But at an all-time dry spell. But
we are the Sahara Desert out here with our betting. But we'll move on to the Friday night game. Geelong v Melbourne at GMHBA. Give me Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, Christian Petrarca, and Jack Bowie for 20 touches or more. And then give me Clayton Oliver for 25 touches or more. So you can find that on Sportsbet. Smash those. Head to our feed to smash those as well. And they're getting up this week. Just have trust. It's going to come. It's going to come. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
You do.
So we're going to keep shooting.
We're going to keep shooting.
Going to keep shooting. It's coming.
And then our top 4 teams. So weekly, we're going to be ranking our top 4 teams. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you start us off.
I got, as I said, number 1, the Brisbane Lions.
Yep.
Nothing suggests that they're not the best team in the league. They are 3-0, haven't actually been playing their best footy, and they're coming off a flag.
Love it. Love it.
Best team in the league. Number 2, the Hawks. HOK ball, they're for real. 4-0, the only team that's 4-0 right now, heading into the bye, so they're looking very comfy. Number 3, the GWS Giants. There is a great big sound. I can hear it. They did get done this week, but they're for sure a top 3 side at the moment.
Yep.
And number 4, Crom. Looking for real. Who would have thought Crom would be where they are right now? They haven't played anyone of great significance. It'll be interesting to see how they go against Gold Coast, but got them at the number 4 slot.
Yeah, love it, love it. I think mine is pretty much the exact same from last week as well. I've got Brizzy at 1 because, like we said before, best team in the comp. Until they get knocked off, they are not moving from that 1 spot. I think I've got Crom at 2. They're surprising me more and more. I think they're for real this year. Love to see them go up against some good competition soon, but they find themselves in the number 2 spot. They may have got done this week, but the Giants are staying at 3. Get them on neutral ground or get them somewhere else away from Tassie where the wind isn't just blowing the stadium away. Giants at 3. They're coming back. And yeah, HOK ball at 4.
Jesus. This guy is a shit bloke.
I guess so. They can sit there. They can sit there. They're lucky. The pups are coming though. The pups are edging in on that top 4.
They're knocking on the door of the top 4. If we get a 3-1 win here, jeez, could
straight to the 1 spot.
And last but not least, we got a little message from the top tipper this week. We'll play this out, and that'll be it. So it's a little message for us here.
Oh, I'm excited.
Boys, hope you all had a good weekend. I did. Hawthorn still on top of the ladder and still undefeated. I can't complain. But, Ben, just want to ask you on how your back's feeling, mate. For carrying the fuck out of Jakey on this podcast. Jakey, honestly, I don't know what's worse, mate. Listening to you or listening to Kane Corn, because you're pretty much doing the same exact takes. Dog shit. Anyway, go Hawks. And no one still likes you, Jakey.
So,
big fan.
So we had him on a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? That's the same guy. That's the same bloke.
It's actually a different number because you blocked that number and then he's just popped up again, hasn't he?
I thought we said we weren't going to get him back on the podcast. So he's obviously a Hawthorn fan, so he's probably a shit bloke. So we'll back that in. I'm not sure what that's about, so we'll take charge. Obviously, the higher-ups on this have allowed him to get into this podcast
I think we need to get him in the studio, honestly.
I don't think we do. We should probably just keep him away from this because we just don't need that negativity. Like, he's obviously a bias fan.
Yeah.
He's a shit bloke.
No, we love the feedback. We love the feedback.
Stay away.
I think that's a good way to end the Ep 20. Big 20. That's it. That's it for the AFL Ep this week. Thanks for tuning in. Jakey's not too happy right now, but that's okay. Tune in to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Tune into our socials, TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram. Jakey's still
all of them, just back it in.
He's not happy. Anyway, tune into episode 21 later this week. Our NBA app breaking down a lot of playoff action. A lot of fun stuff.
100%. Big week ahead. Keen for some footy. Keen to see the HOK get done and the pups get up. We out.